Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Great day here on the mountain. I got up early, super early this morning. I woke up at 4 o'clock and couldn't go back to sleep, so I did a little bit of a meditation this morning, special sort of meditation, and have just been up ever since. Just went downtown to get some bananas and mangoes a little while, and cut up a few of them for breakfast here. But anyhow, the subject of the video today is the raw vegan, high carb vegan, and emotional state. A little bit different one. I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button now, and then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you will stay subscribed to the channel. It was a good day, good morning out today. I got some really nice mangoes. They're not quite as good as they were, but I got about 5 or 6 really big ones. And I got my usual 50 bananas to stock up on. And then I got back, did a little bit of work, got today's video uploading as I'm shooting this one, and thought I'd just go ahead and do this video today. This week's, I've been pretty organized, so I get my stuff, what I need to do, done fairly early in the day. And in the afternoons, you know, I've just kind of been goofing off. As I've told people, I don't watch a whole lot of the food stuff, raw vegan, high carb vegan stuff on YouTube anymore. Just have too many other things to watch. But I was just entertaining myself, and I was kind of just cruising around the world, the social media world, like some different groups, and watching some people's videos and reading some comments. Sometimes it's just about putting your finger on a pulse of things. And I'm going to tell you a little something about me. I'm a bit of an amateur psychoanalyst. I'm constantly reading people, psychoanalyzing people. It can be annoying sometimes. I don't usually share the results because that does annoy people. But yeah, I'm always paying attention. I'm always really watching and listening closely to what people say. And I just see so many people out there talking about this lifestyle, debating it, and whether it's online or even people that have their own brand, like have a YouTube channel and whatever, I just don't see emotional balance there. And when I don't see the diet, the food, bringing people peace, emotional balance, when they're constantly beating people down, harping on, you have to eat this way, you have to eat that way, I don't resonate with that. And I don't feel a vibe, like, so I don't sound judgmental here. This is no judgmental. This is just like a straight assessment of what I feel energetically when I go places. And when I'm seeing that kind of stuff, I'm just like, I don't have any inclination to watch them or follow their channels or whatever. And I see that just in a lot of people that just, you know, are in groups and whatever that don't even have a channel. They're all, and a lot of times what gets me is it's some of the people that are the biggest talkers, the greasiest wheel, the people that are constantly in the middle of every debate. You know that person in your group as you're watching this. Think of any groups that you're in, and that person in there that kind of, you know, gets in and in an angry way debates everything. That's another thing too. The anger is always a tip off for me. As soon as anybody gets angry with anything, I hit the off button, or all of a sudden I don't take it seriously anymore. Now don't get me wrong, once again, let me clarify. You have to clarify everything on the internet, or people take everything literally. Yes, there are things out there in the world to get angry about, but generally the food's not one of them. There's certain issues, you know, that I can possibly see, but in general, it's like I never feel any anger. That's what I don't get, is when people want to vehemently oppose you and argue with you and try to suck you into this stuff, when it's like, I don't care what you eat. That's the whole thing about it, and that's what I don't get about some of the ones that I consider emotionally unbalanced. The people out there just in general is like, I do this channel, I eat this lifestyle, I like to represent and promote it as much as possible, and show you the best version, or the best version I'm doing it, but I've got no stake in what you do. So I can't get worked up. I can't get worked up at any, I don't know, I sometimes really try to. I'm like, should I be getting worked up here? I can't get worked up over any of the stuff. And believe me, I hear all the cliches every day. And I have people come at me sometimes, even if I do something, not actually in a mean way, but in a nice way, about just like, you know, like knocking the diet or knocking the way that I eat it, or just trying to get into that vibe of like being so my way. That, you know, this kind of whole little cultish, it's something outside of just my journey of just like searching for health. But To be serious here, well, no, the whole thing is serious, but to really like drive home the point, all I'm trying to get at is the people that are not reflecting it in their demeanor, I just don't think are that either A, they're not eating what they're telling you they're eating, or they're not giving you the whole picture, or sometimes you can actually see the reasoning. Like they'll argue about certain facets of their diet or the lifestyle, and then they're constantly angry, they're constantly popping off. That's a large reason why I don't do too much other than my focused stuff that I do. You know, I share on YouTube, I'm very active on Instagram, not just post, I do stories, I go live on Instagram, I comment on a lot of other people's stuff. Where else? That's about it. That's about the only place I play really hard, because everything else is just kind of a waste. All that other stuff is a waste of time. That emotional imbalance that I see in so much of the community out there, like vegan community, high carb community, high carb raw community, whatever you want to call it. Just so many people that I don't listen. This is my experience in it. When I look to people, listen to people for anything. So I'll specify it for health. When I'm looking at people for somebody to look to for maybe advice or for methods or whatever, I want to see, they ain't got to be buff, they don't have to be super, great looking or whatever, but I want to see a nice, healthy, fit body. It doesn't even have to be, listen, the fit comes in different sizes. All I want to see is a nice, healthy, functioning, fit body. I want, the second thing you look for those eyes. Actually, the eyes are the first thing. You look for the eyes, you look for the skin, you look for that healthy, fit body. And then one of the main ones too is the emotional balance and how they are with other people, how they treat other people. Just people that kind of are emotionally imbalanced and get, and that's just a little cray-cray. There's some people out there that call themselves raw vegans, high carb raw vegans, whatever, that are just really unkind to other people. And that one is just like, I pull the plug and just let it go by that. Like people that are unkind to other people, I don't have any use for that. I don't get around that type of energy because there's no reason for it, not when you're dealing with food. Okay, maybe if you get into, I understand that. If you're debating the ethical issues, sometimes those can get a little bit heated because it is for, it's a life or death to certain species that are targeted as food. But other than that, there's no reason to be having there's no reason to get angry. There's no reason to be nasty with each other when we're talking about food. We're talking about food. But then again, that's just human nature. I'm going to leave you with this just because I'm talking about that and emotional balance. It exists in everything. You would just think that people that are a little bit more enlightened, that are eating better, and a lot of people have other practices, whether it's the meditation or fitness or whatever, that they wouldn't have those type things. But every community you go to is always going to be the same. You just happen to be watching the vegan, raw vegan, or your certain little niche. Go tomorrow and check any other niche. Seriously, whatever. One day, I remember one time I was thinking about getting dreadlocks, so I spent a whole Sunday just like watching videos on dreadlocks, going to forums on dreadlocks, going to Facebook groups on dreadlocks, and except you change the names and you just plug in the subject matter, it was the exact same dynamics as our little niche. You had the same assholes, you had the same very nice people, you had the same know-it-alls, you had the people that had to show off all the time. They knew better than everybody. There was a specific, and there was like different methods, kind of like the raw versus cook. There were the dreads that didn't believe in using this type of product, and there were the dreads that believed in this, and they clashed against each other. So it's out there. So look for emotion. Like if you really want to look for health, look for emotional balance in another person, and look for emotional balance in yourself. It might be something to check yourself on if you're a little bit too reactionary, or if you catch yourself being a little cray-cray or unkind to others. But anyhow, I don't know if this will be relevant to anybody, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.